In this video, we're going to discuss Edmodo, which is a social networking site, much like Facebook, but really focuses on serving the educational community. Thus, it has a number of educationally beneficial functionality embedded in the tool. So first going to log in, and you can use your Google or Microsoft account if you have one. In this case, I'm just going to use my regular credentials and log in this way. Now, once we get here, we notice the similar interface with a tool like Facebook, where on the left you have your classes, and you can add classes. You can view your archive classes. You can join a class. You have groups that you can follow along with. You can create a group. You can join a group. You have some hashtags, so if you wanted to follow particular topics, you can view all hashtags and add hashtags to your products, and then some other popular hashtags here. You have your activity feed down the middle, and then on the right you have some advertisements. Now, within Facebook, you can create classes. As I mentioned, you can manage classes. You can look at what's due, progress. You can also see how other people are using these Edmodo in the classroom. You can access a library, so your library of resources, so assignments, quizzes, and you have access. It's linked directly with your OneDrive or your Google Drive. So if you're providing resources there, then you can create an organizational structure for those by creating new folders, new file uploads, etc. So if you wanted to include various resources, primary sources, secondary sources related to a topic, you could simply create that, select the grade level. You could include the subject area. You could also link to this could then be linked to a particular classroom and shared with an individual, shared with a group of students that were working on that particular topic. You can also manage messages. So you can send messages to your classes, to your individual students, etc. So when we go back to group, one thing I did want to just real quickly highlight is when you set up your classes, so we can create the class, we'll just call it American History period 2. Give it I'm just randomly doing this here, and we have social studies. You can change the color of it, and then we can create it. Oops. And then within that class, we can add students. We're not going to do that here, but you can also explore the class features, which is a nice tool so you can see really how you can use it in the classroom. And then once I get here, I can create assignments. I can create quizzes. The Jumpstart activity is a new feature, but these are really simple to kind of edit. And then I can also just post kind of updates. So if I wanted to provide resources for students, I could create a poll, I could upload resources, I could provide prompts and have them do things. You can also have a class code here. You can organize content, resources, primary sources, etc. into different folders. And you can create groups to promote collaboration. So in our book, we talked about how this tool, many of the tools are really useful for various features and phases of the sources framework. Edmodo is an example of that. It can be used for facilitating the understanding of context. So by providing resources here, we can allow for additional contextual elements. But it's also a great tool for facilitating collaboration as well. Again, we just kind of scratched the surface of Edmodo here. There's really a great deal you can do. A lot you can do with networking and seeing what other teachers are doing. It's a great source for teachers to see what's going on and to network with other teachers in their areas, but also a great tool for students to collaborate and work together on managing the inquiry process. So we hope you find this tool useful.